arm because you're good at what you do.
So we back at a new project, officially at Camp Lejeune, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Army base. We stand at the mainstay. Of course, you know, we get the executive discount, so it's actually not a bad spot. It's pretty convenient. It's nice in terms of what you have access to. Like, for an example, you got a desk. If you want your lady to come up and she's working from home, you got the Ethernet cord, give you high-speed internet. Got your burner, microwave, You got the big fridge. So, come to Jacksonville, mainstay suits, baby. Let's see what else. We got our TV. Let's see what this looks like back here. I like the layout. It sure does beat some of the spots I've been in. Definitely. So it's definitely laid out for a mainstay. Of course, it's not your home, but hey, it'll do. That other bathtub we seen out in Kingsport looked like a ditch. This is night and day. So, not bad at all. So like I said, we out here, new job, new look. Had to go with a little bootsy fade. Nah. This is my second time working on the base. I actually like it out here. I mean, it's laid back, nothing, no rush. Last time, I think it was in 2011, we built the gymnasium. And this time we building, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't even ask. This was the first day on the job. But I'll find out tomorrow. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what we got going on. This particular job site is going to be 60-10, 70-18, all the way out. No TIG, nothing of that nature. But yeah, so it's a year contract. I'm not saying I'm going to be out here for a year, but the pay is decent. They paying, it's in the 40s, and the per diem is up there in the hundreds. So I look forward to seeing what this type of work out here, this actual system we working on and building we building and all the good stuff. I'm tired. See how that stuff goes and how it plays out and what it's all about. But the interesting thing about working on a military base like Camp Lejeune, and maybe like all other military bases, I don't know, I haven't been on others besides the one I'm at. You be welding and doing your work, and all of a sudden, the ground will shake, or you hear da 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 da. If your welder hood up, like, did I just hear gunshots? You walk outside, you kick the dirt up, you might find some shells in the ground. I mean, it's pretty cool. You see the Marines and the Navy and all these forces. They be exercising early in the morning and caterances and marching and jogging and all sorts of stuff you don't see on your daily commute to work. So it's just something new, something different. The most important thing is this is September, and we're getting ready to be into the cold season. And if you guys don't know, I think I mentioned that on another video, that around about mid-September, end of September, going into October, you should already have yourself locked in for the cold season, so you won't get locked out. And when I say locked in, I mean in a job, in place, sit still, wait until the weather break to drag up or hop around or money chase, whatever you want to call it. But you don't want to be locked out. You don't want to find yourself getting ready to get laid off and it's mid-October and you're not on a project. You should already have been keeping your ear to the streets and communicating and connecting the dots and getting information about the next project and getting yourself locked on something to for this cold stay that's getting ready to come up on us. But other than that, man, I had a long day, man. I woke up at like 1:30 last night, 1:30 a.m. and got on the road. I had like a 4.5 hour drive, and ooh, man, it was about 105 outside. No sleep and heat, it just don't do the trick. Especially when you don't get any sleep and the day is slow. That's torture. I could see if the day was real fast going, getting this done, getting that done, getting this done, getting that done, but it wasn't. It crept. Your eyes be rolling and you be bobbing and standing up. That ain't no fun. So, yeah, but tomorrow's a new day. We're gonna see exactly what we got going on, and you know how I do. I'm gonna keep it really real with you. But I'm gonna see y'all guys in the morning, and we're gonna see what we got going on. Early morning Cap Lejeune, guys. So we here. On the job, finishing up orientation. Working side by side with the soldiers. Early morning march. I guess they're doing some type of training. Alright, so first thing in the morning, we get back on the site, Camp Lejeune. And what we got going on, I got my big box on site. This particular job, I got my big box on site. What we're gonna start off with, as you can see, is there's no pipe in the air. The building run as far as you can see down. I'd say it's about 3 football fields. We got a crew of guys working over here. So if I decide to stay out here for a while, you'll see this first area is where the guys are working at. They just got here about a week or 2 ago. It's just one piece of pipe in there. So as the time goes on, we're gonna see the progress. They got some, I believe there's some 10-inch, 12-inch, 60-10, 70-18 in it out. And me and my fitter, we're gonna be over here working on this 8-inch, schedule 40, 60-10 the root, 70-18 it out. It's gonna be one bead pass in terms of the cap. But we're gonna take this bundle, bust it down, and start welding these 20-foot sticks and hanging it in the air. And how we gonna hang it? We're gonna use that picker over there. And I actually forgot what you call that thing. But that's my fitter. Is he a fitter or is he a server? Pipe fighter. We're getting ready to find out. You look the part. Clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle. But no. Normally when you go on jobs like this, I mean, if the leadership is off, things are kind of whacked out as far as material. It starts off rough. We don't have too many welding machines out here right now. We got fittings and things of that nature all over the place. But yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit of a headache. This particular project is scheduled to last about a year or better. But let's see what the foreman got going on. So we putting 20-foot sticks in place at a time. So come to find out, my fitter is not really a fitter. And you have these situations on jobs, especially small jobs, where they don't require no weld tests, no drug tests, no fitters tests. They just going off your word. And this is what type of job it is. Even though they're paying good, it's a military contract, or government contract rather. And yeah, so that's the situation we got going on. My fitter is not a fitter. So we got to figure out how we gonna hang this pipe right in this area, which is not a big task. I mean, I can help them with that, but at the end of the day, I know that there may be a little bit of stress I might have to go through because the fitter is not that experienced. So if you can see down here, this is how we gotta run our pipe. You can see those two 8-inch lines right there in the air. That's basically what we gotta do. You see the hangers? We gotta run it on down. But that's basically what we got going on. And we're gonna get it, move it, weld it, and do the best we can. That easy, baby. Let's see what we got. It's in there nice and clean. Of course, you feather edge that. When it comes to that, you feather edge that, get that back down to a feather edge, but for the most part, it's that easy. Just hold that rod in there. The gap is way too tight, so you can't really see what it looks like on the inside. Well, you sure can. When it comes to 60-10, it's not hard at all. It's just a matter of practice, muscle memory, and just knowing how to puddle flow. That's it. No problem. But one of the main things, if you guys got that tutorial from maybe 5 years ago, I was showing you how to do that 60-10 route. The most important thing is your landing. It took me a couple months when I first started way back in the day to figure out you gotta have a good landing. So I'm finished with the route. I'm gonna show you guys how it turned out. Now when it comes to how I prep this for the fill and cap, so as you can see, for the fill and cap, all I did, me personally, because I ran the route so good, if you can look at between the bevel, you can see it's nice and uniform, in other words. It's not big lumps and clumps and things of that nature. You can tell I just held that rod right there in the middle and got a nice joined together pipe. We can spin it. Let's check out the bottom. I'm gonna spin it a little bit. So right here, where you're seeing right here, Where I made my tie-in, I always come back and I knock it down. Because sometimes when you get the tie-in, even though you have a good tie-in, it still jumbles up and something strange could happen if they decide to x-ray. So you always want to kind of go back and flush that out with a maybe a 332 rock and just clean that up a little bit. So at each tie-in, I do that. Clean that up there. So again, that's the final route on this 6010 schedule 40 6-inch pipe, and it's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. That took no time. So, believe me, let's get it. Let's get that money. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and flush it out and get ready to cap it. I might, with this gap, being that I got this total included angle is really good. It's really tight. In other words, the bevel is not laid back. So I might be able to just flush it and cap it all in one pass. And sometimes you get lucky to do that if you got a good fitter. Me, today, I fit my own pipe. I left it at a factory bevel and I just took the mill scale or the paint off it and just put my landing on it. So I did mention the landing in a video tutorial. So what I did, I go with a real heavy 8. You can say 532. Just go ahead and call it a 532. And as you begin to weld and accumulate your own experience, you'll understand why my landing is so heavy. Some people go with a dime landing. Some people go with a nickel landing. I go with a heavy 8 or a 532. I would just call it 532 because what it does, it holds that heat. So check it out. Try it. We're going to finish this up. So what I did for my fill pass, I decided not to flush it out on my fill. In other words, one pass of fill it and cap it. I decided not to do that. I'm gonna just go ahead and fill it and then cap it. Because this is my first day on the job. You don't want to do too little, and you definitely don't want to give them your all unless that's just your mood and that's just how you work. But just want to make a good appearance, show everybody you're working with that you are a worker, and you just keep that pace. But if you are the type like me, I mean, normally I like to get up on it and stay up on it and make the time go by, but I can tell this is going to be a real slow job, so no needs to work yourself out of work because the rest of the day you're going to be standing around. So I'm going to just flush it out and then I'm going to cap it. That's that flush out, so you can see it's not too high, it's just flush with that bevel. I always practice the hardest way. Never practice this close like that. I've never done that. Some people do that. It was always told me I come up right up under the old school guys. So when I first come to the field a little over 20 years ago, the old school guys would tell me, practice one hand. That's how you want to practice. One hand. None of this right here. Now, if you guys do that, I'm not saying that that's terrible. What I am saying is when you get in a tight position, sometimes this right here, you don't have to set that on. You only left up to doing it with one hand. So this is what I do. And I'm going to show you after I do it, how your slag should fall off. It should never be hard. And mind you, I'm running 91 amps. I do 91 amps for my roof, 91 amps for the little gap. slag. It should always be able to chip off easy. That's still a little hot. Let me let it cool down a little more. See the redness in it. You should be able to chip it like this right here. Comes off one big clump. That was from here all the way down to there. One big clump. So when it comes off like that, you know you're not really leaving no slag in between any crevices that may be there. But if you run your fill pass or your cap nice and flush, and that slag come off all at once or come off in big pieces, you know you didn't really trap anything because it all just popped off real easy. Or if you have to, if it don't come off in one big slab, it comes off easy. And then if you're not sure if you got everything out of it, just take your wire wheel, run it right in there, and you will get everything. You'll get everything. But when it comes to the tips, I don't want to not mention this. When it comes to the right where you pop your arc off, always take your chipping hammer and kind of get that little piece out of it. Sometimes you have to hang on by dear life. And you just come in there and just kill it. Like that right there. Yeah. 91 amps. So can't nobody say nothing about 91 amps is too cold. You just see how that slag come off. That's a self-explanatory example. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Alright. So I did this whole cap. I didn't knock none of the slag off because I wanted to show you how easy this slag, but I did knock the slag off that section. But I wanted to show you how easy this slag should come off if your heat is right. We're gonna tap it just a little bit. There you go. See that? The slag comes off nice and easy. There's nothing left in the crevices. Falls off nice and easy. Falls off nice and easy. Let's go. There you go. Let's get the rest of this slag. Nice and easy. Whole pieces. Nice and easy. There we have it. There we have it, guys. 91 amps. Whichever one you choose. Again, I do 91 amps. Just for the sake of the machine not being calibrated to the point where it was when the machine was brand new. So I just add another amp just for heat sakes. And there we have it. Not too much metal, perfect, no undercut, it's all good. Well, we get that right there, kind of feather edge that out. Not a big deal at all, but for the most part, freehand, root, fill, and cap. It's not a big deal. Practice the hard way, and that money will come easy. I guess that's all we're gonna do for today. Yeah, so that's that spot right there we saw a second ago what I mentioned. It had a little undercut. So basically what I did, I just took my grinder, split the wheel, held it flush, it had a little bit of angle, and I just lightly knocked that undercut down, barely going into the pipe. Didn't really go into the pipe, as you can see. There's no more undercut there. Sometimes when you're running 7018, because of the mill scale that was there and things of that nature, you might get a piece of undercut somewhere, but don't panic. Just lightly go into the side of it. Not too much of an angle, like this right here, then you're gonna dig. Then it's gonna be pretty obvious that you were digging. But you wanna kinda right, almost flush with the weld, but you know you can't really get flush with the weld. But this is because of the guard. That's about the best you can do in terms of flush. So basically, there you go. Whatever that grinder allow you to go in terms of flush, just cock it just a little more. So this is all I can go is flush. It's at a little bit of an angle. I'm gonna cock it a little bit more, and I'm gonna go into it like that right there. Remember, not this. That. Not this. Lower it down, and then drop it. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. Just lightly, lightly. Just lightly, lightly. Just like that right there. And if you don't trust your finger, just let the blade spin like this. Release it. And let it like that. You get what I'm saying. You get it. You get the point. Oh yeah, that's it. Got it all cleaned up. QC can come check it out. One of the things about jumping between TIGging and sticking is that whenever you get an opportunity to go on a job that's 60, 10, 70, 18, don't be reluctant to go to that job, because most of these heavy industrial companies are just TIGging the root, taking a hot pass, and TIGging it out. Now sometimes if the pipe is anything 10 to 12 inches and more, sometimes they like you to put a 70-18 cap on it, but rarely. Nowadays it's just TIG all the way out. So if you get a chance, again, to get on a job and sharpen up on your 60, 10, 70, 18, always do, because you never know when a good job that's calling for 60, 10, 70, 18 welders majority of the time. And what I mean by, you might go on a job, they say it's 60, 10, 70, 18, but then all of a sudden they have a little bit of schedule 10 for you to be welding. So don't give up the opportunity to be on a job that's mainly stick, because most of the time you're going to be TIGging, and then when you go back to stick, you realize, damn, I'm way too rusty. And that can be an issue when it comes to tests, because most of your test is TIG all the way out, combo, things of that nature. So that's TIG all the way out, and then the second test is usually a combo. TIG the root, TIG the hot pass, and stick out. So again, I like it. Whenever I get an opportunity to go on a job and sharpen up on my stick, I never be reluctant to. I just make sure the pay is good and I'm with it. It don't bother me one bit. Just always make it so where if I have to take a test, I'll be confident in my cap. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for today. Nice and straight. I love it. Oh, another gem. You on a job 60, 10, 70, 18, grab you a whole bunch of 70, 18 and a whole bunch of 60, 10 and put it in your box. Because on small jobs like this, guys it's like gold. Don't ask me why, but I can assume why, but hey, let's do that. Yeah. Good. It's pretty much the end of the day. And Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, everybody. in the city of Jacksonville. So out here, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, on the military base, commercial, a small commercial project that pays well, but on some commercial jobs, you're doing everything the best way you can. Sometimes you gotta figure it out. And we blowing holes for these outlets this morning or this afternoon with a 6010. I got the machine cranked up to 300 amps. To be exact, it's cranked up to 310 amps. And I'm just blowing holes right in the center of this Schedule 80 6-inch. Why? Because on some commercial jobs, you're not gonna have what you have on heavy industrial projects. You gotta just do it and get it how you live. And this is what I'm doing this morning. You can actually make a pretty nice hole. I didn't really try to make it as circle as possible, but that'll do. It's gonna go just like that. Dead in the center. We'll lift it like that. Put the tack on the front. Put the level on the top. Lift it like that. Get it side to side, front to back, and the rest is history. So let's get a look at what that looks like. So right there where that little hole is right there, I'm gonna make as best as I can, perfect circle with one hand. Let's get it. There you have it. A one-handed hole blown with a 6010 for the OLEDs. Oh yeah, that'll work. Good day, my friends. Let me show you a trick. In the morning time, when you go to the store before you go to work, if you want to keep your drink real cold, I got here at about 6 o'clock this morning. So it's 10:50. What I do? You already know. I put my drink down in here, and I surround it with ice. And when you put the ice in there, just pound it down, bang, 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 pack the ice in there, put a little bit more ice on it, put a little bit more ice on the top, put your cap on, boom. Keep your drink cold all day. From 6 to about 10:51, you still see ice down in there. Every now and then I might drink a little energy drink, just to get me boosting and get me going. But yeah, I thought I'd just share that with you. So in these hot months, and you ain't got your lunchbox or whatever the situation may be, you got your makeshift cooler for your drink. My junky box. Grinder, fan, extra hard hat, or extra helmet. This is the helmet that made me all the money. Cord grinder, keep you one of these. Always have one of them. You never know when you gotta do a lot of grinding, you don't wanna kill yourself. And at the bottom, I got different rigs and yada, 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 yada. Oxygen analyzer. I got all kind of stuff back there. Extra miscellaneous things. Keep the water. We're either gonna be drinking Fiji or Avion. If I had to choose, it'd be this right here. Like I tell you on some of the other videos, there you go. That's why I drink it. Straight from the earth. You got your magnesium, your potassium, your calcium, your sulfates, chlorides, silica, bicarbonates, everything you need, and it's from the earth. Bam. Now let me get back to work. When that heat is right, that heat is right. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can knock this slag off in one turn. That's how you want it to fall off right now. Little to no effort at all. That's when that heat is right. Knock them BBs off. Yeah, on this job it's a lot of 60-10, 70-18. I know you know my boy. There you go. I don't know that guy. I'm talking about the welder. I know he ain't over there sitting on the bucket. Let's see what he got. Turn it down to a 9. Let's go. Jeremy. You melted in there, eh? I know y'all know this clown right here.
Get your tubes and go.
We're gonna get back over here and clean this weld for him and call him a day. Oh, it's smooth though. Don't let the camera fool you. Don't let the camera fool you. Yeah, so today is drag up day for me. I'm leaving Camp North Carolina military base. It was real. Had a good time. Another great experience. This is not my first time out here, but it's always good when you get to work around people that you haven't worked around and just see new faces and learn different things about people. Make new connections. The most exciting part. let's find good leads on more big paying jobs. But heading out and moving on to the next. But nevertheless, the show must go on. I'm gonna grab my box. And I got about a 4-hour ride back to my house. And just I'm gonna take off. I guess I'll have today, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I'll be going into orientation on Tuesday. But yeah. SR5. I gave up on the Dodge. I might go back and get a diesel. But as of right now, SR5. It's my boy Jeremy right there. Jeremy!
You don't tell the job long, but like.
That's old green money box right there. Bring that $1 million box on over.